So let's kind of go deeper into the PI planning. So let's look at from the inputs of PI planning and outputs. So in terms of inputs, I'm thinking about the business context. So the business, bringing the business context, and providing the roadmap and the vision and those top 10 features. So what does that look like when you are actually in a PI planning?
So first thing is there's a lot of preparation to be happening before the PI planning, because that is the pacemaker of the framework.
100%.
Right. That's the heartbeat. So if the PI planning is taken light, the PI by itself goes light. Right. So why we want the business context as a first element, or the first as a first start point for the PI planning is because everyone needs to know why we are doing what we are supposed to do. Right. This is where I bring in that, the beauty of this conveying this business context to the entire art, to the entire program team, is involving them. It's not information, it's involving. Right. And this is a start point for seeking the involvement of the entire program team. So by giving the business context by the business owner, it shows to the entire program team that, okay, this is what my organization's goal is. Now, understanding that and knowing what area I'm working or what my skill set is, what I'm supposed to contribute for. How should I contribute best towards that?
Right. So I want to ask you a few things. So like a business owner, how do we define business owners? Would you say?
All right. So one of my patrons in one of my workshops, and I asked this question, and I like that answer. Who do you think is a business owner? So many different answers. Today in conventional terminology, we call as business sponsors, business managers, some senior executive from the business side, not from the IT side. But when we talk about agility, when we talk about especially SAFe, right? SAFe brings in a lot of aspects on business agility. When we talk about business agility, giving the customer centricity as a focus, if we don't differentiate between the business and the IT. When we talk about agility, there is no business team or there is no IT team. So they have to be together, right? That's how the cross functionality comes in. Now, when we talk about business owner here, I would say he is the accountable person to seek or to fetch the business value from the art.
Somebody who receives the business value from the art when the work is done.
Someone who sees and monitors and measures the business value from the art.
Absolutely.
And he's accountable for that.
So, yep. So the business owners, he or she, they will come in and feed the business context.
Correct. And the funny statement which that patron told is, so a person who will be kicked off from the organization if there is no business value coming from the art.
All right. So this business owner is a person who will get kicked out of the organization or get fired if they don't see the value coming out of that art.
Yes.
That is
so because he owns that. That's the importance of the business owner, and that's the importance of him coming and conveying the business context, the entire art clearly and well enough for the entire art to understand it.
Definitely.
That's the very first starting point of the 2-day PI planning event. And then based on what my business is looking for, what's my business goal is, understanding from the business owner and through the business context he gave, what should be the business, what is my business vision. Now, in this business vision, my organization has several different products. One of the product is this team, this entire art, this product team. But to that business goal, how should my product be contributing? What is that my product can help to achieve that business goal.
And then for when you say my product, are you saying from a team's perspective?
From the entire program art, from the art perspective.
Okay, from art perspective, got you.
Yeah. So what is that vision which is in line with that business goal for this product? So that's the product vision, which is one of the important input to the PI planning. Because PI planning happens at a program level, which is a product team, which is one product, right? So what is my product's vision? What is our product vision for the coming 3 months, for what we call as a PI, right? 10 weeks.
Right. And
the next. What is the roadmap? What is the vision, right, for this particular product?
Got you. And then who's presenting that vision and in what form? Is it like somebody coming in and sharing, or is it something in the whiteboard? And who does that?
Yeah. So the product vision is owned by the product manager.
Product manager.
So when you say product manager, again, we all need to understand, he's not managing the product team. He's managing the product itself. By meaning, how should the product get delivered, in what increments? When should a particular feature of that product be released? So he's going to manage the product. That's why it's called a product manager. He is the person who is going to create a vision for the product. And he's the one who creates, who communicates, and who make adjustments to that vision. He's the owner. When he's giving that vision, he also will tell, well, this is my vision, but how to achieve that? My plan is, if we implement these features, if we implement these features, or if we create these new features on the product, in these 3 months, we are going to accomplish this vision. So that's where the important inputs to the PI planning is a product vision and the prioritized features.
Yep. Okay. So let's say if Pat, the product owner, is coming up with a vision, working with maybe the end users, customers, and coming up with these bigger vision. Patricia, product owner, C, is working with the team and making sure that vision is reflected on the product backlog, on the day-to-day work, the feature, the user stories, and she is relaying that information to the team and kind of collaborating with the product, Pat, the product manager.
Exactly. And the Patricia and Pat both work very closely.
Very closely. Got you.
Very closely. So, and Pat is more of the business side. He understands the business. He understands the customer needs. That's how he's creating the vision. And Patricia takes that, and then she's driving the development to meet that vision. Got you.
So, okay, we've got the roadmap, we've got the vision, and then now the top 10 feature of the program backlog. So
there's one important aspect here, Vivek. So once the product vision is given, we talk about the business features here. Right? We talk about the functionalities here. Now, not all product. I mean, not all the software, not all the product by itself can take in new features. Which are prioritized. So what happens is, what is that technical change we need to make? What is that architectural change we need to make to accomplish this vision? Will the product support? For example, if I'm introducing a couple of features and that incoming traffic is increasing by 70%, is the server able to take that in? Do you want to increase the capacity? What are those architectural changes? What are the technical practices for us to be better, to make the product better than how it was?
Got you.
What are the different tools we may need to use? What are the new tools which we might explore? So after the product vision is conveyed, the system architect comes and then delivers or communicates this architecture vision.
Got you.
So that the entire team understands how the product should be built, meeting the business context or the business goals conveyed by the business owner.
Got you.
Right. So these are very important inputs to the PI planning.
100%. So just to kind of summarize, business context, roadmap, vision, top 10 features of the program backlog, and then the input from the architects. And so that is our input for the PI. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We will sure to come back with more exciting videos on Agile topics.